Good morning, everyone. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. Welcome to your SST class. My dear, as you know that your examination is going to be start, so today we will do the revision. Revision of which chapter? Revision of the chapters which we had read after half yearly exams. Okay, three chapters are there. These are the Southern Plateau, chapter number 5. Second one is our mineral resources, chapter number 12. And third one is human resources, chapter number 14. One by one, we will revise all these chapters and we will do the revision sheets related to this chapter as your unit 3 examination is going to be start. That's why. So let us start with chapter number 5, that is the Southern Plateau. Let us start. In very short, I will explain you the chapter. After that, we will do revision sheet related to this chapter. Okay. So let us see. See, this is the map of India. The Southern Plateau lies to the south of Northern Plains. Here you can see. Wait 1 minute. Yes. This all area is showing the Northern Plains, and towards the south of Northern Plains, this whole area is known as Southern Plateau, towards the south of Northern Plains. Here. This whole area comes under the Southern Plateau region. This Southern Plateau region is covered with the chain of hills, which is known as Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats. And these Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats meets at the point which is known as Nilgiri Hills. Clear? River Narmada divides Southern Plateau into two parts. Okay. Upper part is known as Central Highland and lower part is known as Deccan Plateau. This part is known as Deccan Plateau and here this part is known as Central Highland. As this area, it covers a very large area, so many states comes under this region. Clear? And river Godavari is also known, which flows through this region. Here you can see it is also known as Dakshini Ganga. Clear? Many states comes under this section, this region. Let us see which states are there. First you can see over there, River Narmada has divided it into two parts. First part is known as here Central Highland. Upper part is Central Highland and lower part is Deccan Plateau. In Central Highland, here it comprises Malwa Plateau. Here Malwa Plateau in between Aravalli and Vindhyas. Here Malwa Plateau is there. Here Chhota Nagpur Plateau, and just below Chhota Nagpur Plateau, here Chhattisgarh Plateau is there, and downside Deccan Plateau is there. So these all makes the Southern Plateau. These all plateaus together is known as Southern Plateau. Clear? Now let us see about the states. Here you can see, as it covers very large area, so states of southern India comes under southern India as well as of middle India comes under this region. Okay, state like Madhya Pradesh, here Maharashtra, then after Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, Jharkhand, these all states comes under this Southern Plateau region. And there are some speciality of these all states also. Which type of people? Agriculture is the main occupation of the people of these all states. They celebrate different types of festivals in all the states. Languages are different. So about all these things we had discussed in previous classes. So today we are going to just do the revision of these chapters, and today we will discuss some revision sheet also. Here you can see this is the revision sheet number 1 related to chapter number 5. Let us see what will be the answer of these questions. First question is, river Godavari is also known as. River Godavari, which flows in the southern part of India, it is very sacred river. Okay, there it is very sacred river. People used to worship it, and it is known as Dakshini Ganga. Here it is known as Dakshini Ganga, as Ganga is holiest river of our country. So it is just compared to Ganga, and as it flows in towards the south, so it is known as Dakshini Ganga. Dakshin is a word in Hindi, in Sanskrit, Dakshin, which means south. Okay. Main festival of Maharashtra. Many festivals are celebrated over there in different states. In Maharashtra, main festival is Ganesh Chaturthi. Next one is, which dam is built on river Krishna? It is it is the dam Nagarjun Sagar Dam. Okay, the name of the dam is Nagarjun Sagar Dam. Bandhavgarh National Park is in which state? Bandhavgarh National Park is in Madhya Pradesh. And which is the folk dance of Chhattisgarh? The correct answer is Raut Nach. Okay, it is all about the fill in the blanks or answer in one words. Here question number B, it is asking, write the regional languages of these states. As I have told you that these all states have their own regional languages. So let us see what is the regional language of Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, regional language is Marathi. Okay, downside all the answers are given over there, so there is no need to write, and space is also very less, so I am only speaking. Answers are written downside. Karnataka, Kannada is the regional language. Here you can see Kannada is the regional language of Karnataka. Telangana, it's Telugu or Urdu. Tamil Nadu, Tamil is the regional language, and in Madhya Pradesh, Hindi is the regional language. One more revision sheet is there related to this chapter, and I know you all know the answer very well. First question is, which river divides the southern plateau into two parts? River Narmada. Right now I have told you that Narmada river divides it into two parts. The upper part is known as Central Highland and the lower part is known as Deccan Plateau. Second, Marina Beach is located in which state? Marina Beach is one of the longest beach in the world. Okay, and it is located in Tamil Nadu. Write the capital of Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh, states and capital, you all have learned in very first chapter, isn't it? So I know you know the answer. The capital of Chhattisgarh is Raipur. Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats meet at. Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats, the chain of hills which bounded the Deccan Plateau region, is known as Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats, and these ghats meet at Nilgiri Hills. Jamshedpur is also, question number 5, Jamshedpur is also known as, it is also known as Tata Nagar, which is named after Jamshedji Nusharwanji Tata, okay, who is known as the father of Indian industry. Question number 6, when was the state Telangana formed? State Telangana formed. State Telangana was a part of Andhra Pradesh, okay, and it was carved out from Andhra Pradesh in 2014. Okay, it was formed on 2014. Next, state true false. Here, the southern plateau are square in shape. Is it correct? Is it square in shape? No, as I have told you just now, right now, that it is in triangular shape. Okay, upside it is broader and downside it is narrower. Okay, and it is forming a triangular shape. Second, Anaimudi is the highest peak of Deccan Plateau. Yes, it is correct. The highest peak of Deccan Plateau is Anaimudi. The land of southern plateau is flat. It is plateau. Is it flat? No. The land of southern plateau is rocky. A stream of water falling from a height is called waterfall. Yes. Stream of water which falls from a height is known as waterfall, and jog fall is an example of such type of waterfall. Now let's move to the next chapter, that is chapter number 12, our mineral resources. In this chapter, I had explained you about minerals. What is mineral? The substances that are found under the ground. The substances which we dug out under the ground, from the ground, is known as minerals. These minerals are of two types. One is known as metallic mineral and second one is known as non-metallic minerals. Metallic minerals that contains metals and non-metallic minerals that do not contains metal. Ore, I had explained you about ore also. Ore is a rock which contains minerals. Okay, and these all minerals are dug out from the mines. The place from where these all minerals are dug out is known as mines. Here you can see these are the example of some minerals: iron, aluminium, silver, copper, gold. These all are the example of minerals. Which type of minerals these all are? These all are metallic minerals. And how we can identify between metallic and non-metallic mineral? I had explained you in during the class also that these metals are shiny but non-metals are not. Metals are sonorous, means sound comes when it fall down, but from non-metal no sound will come. It is not sonorous. It can be it is durable, as it can be spread into thin sheets. Metals can be spread into thin sheets, but non-metals cannot. Metals are good conductor of electricity, but non-metals are not, except graphite. Graphite is a non-metal which is a good conductor of electricity. So these all things we had discussed in this chapter. Here you can see that minerals are taken out from deep under the sea level also. Okay, some minerals are found under the sea level also. Here this is the picture of mines. From these mines minerals are dug out. Some mines are very deep, some mines are just below the surface. This is the definition of ore, that rock that contains a mineral is known as ore. Here you can see this is also a mine. Okay, mine, the hole dug in the earth to take out mineral is known as mines. Some mines are very deep also. This is the picture of deep mine. Here minerals are of two types, metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals. Metallic minerals contain metals, whereas non-metallic minerals do not contain metals. These are the example of non-metals. Okay, these are the fossil fuels: coal, gas and oil. Coal, natural gas and oil. Oil means what? Petroleum. These all are the example of fossil fuels. Here these are the metallic minerals. These are the non-metallic minerals: silicon, antimony, sulfur, coal. These all are the example of non-metals. Now let us do some revision sheet related to this chapter. Give two example of metals. Two example of metals, it can be copper also, aluminium also, gold also, silver. Okay, these all are the example of metal. Any two you can write. Write the use of copper. Copper is very useful metal, as it is used to make utensils, as well as the main use of copper is in the electrical field. Okay, it is used in electrical wires also and electrical appliances also, because it is very good conductor of heat and electricity. Clear? Now in fill in the blanks. Gas is the hardest mineral in the world. Hardest mineral in the world is diamond. Diamond is the hardest mineral. Barauni and Mathura is famous for its oil refinery. It's famous for oil refinery. Raniganj coal mine is located in Raniganj. It is in which state? It is in Bokaro. Sorry, it is in West Bengal. Raniganj coal mine is located in West Bengal. Bokaro iron and steel plant is located in Jharkhand. India is world's second largest producer of manganese. Next, CNG stands for compressed natural gas. Iron is obtained from an ore which is known as hematite, and a rock that contains a mineral is known as ore. Clear? So these are the some questions related to chapter number 12. Now let's move to chapter number 14, that is human resources. In this chapter we had discussed that nature has provided us many resources. Okay, many natural resources are there, but these resources are of no use without human, because human can change these resources into useful goods. Okay, the use of these all natural resources are done by humans only. So these natural resources are useless without human. People of what is human? People of a country or a place is known as its human resources, and these human resources are very necessary for development of any country. Okay, for development of any country, for development of any society, only human resources are responsible for it. But due to growth of population, increased population, a lots of problem also occur. Humans are very important resource for a country, but if the population will increase, then what will happen? Increased population will need all the basic requirements, because all the basic needs are necessary for everyone. Basic needs like food, home or shelter, clothes, these all things are these all things are important and basic for all the living organism, for all the humans. So if the population will grow, then what will happen? If the population will grow, these increased population will need these all basic things in huge amount. And as we know that minerals are or minerals natural mineral resources are limited, so this increased population will need all these things, then mineral resources will get over. So this will increase the problem of poverty, illiteracy and many other. So we need to control the rise of population, and for this our government has started many schemes also. Okay, many programs to check the population growth and fight against poverty, like family planning, Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, uh, and many other programs have been launched by our government to just look after the people of the country. Let us see some questions related to this chapter. What are human resources? As I have told you right now, that people of a country is known as its human resources. Second question is, define food security bill. Food security bill gives legal right to get subsidized grain every month to the poor people. Next, which is the most populated country in the world? The most populated country in the world is China, and the second largest populated country in the world is India. Okay, so fourth question is, which country has second largest population in the world? It is India. Question number fifth, when was food security bill passed? It was passed on August 2013. And India is located in which continent? It is very simple. It is located in continent Asia. So these are the some questions which I have taken out from the chapter. So for a good result, read all the chapters very nicely, and all the best for your examination. Okay, bye bye. In next class we will start a new chapter. Till then, bye bye.